Residents of Diepsloot in Johannesburg are threatening another shutdown if President Cyril Ramaphosa fails to come and address them. The area has been rocked by a series of shootings and robbery incidents. Last weekend, a local pastor was shot and killed during a robbery at his church. Our reporter Silindelo Masikane is on the ground in Diepsloot and joins us live from there now. Slee, thanks for your time. This is a call that's been made since we were coming out of this week. Any news on whether the calls from that community, not the first time they've made those calls this year alone, are being heard by those in higher office?
Yeah, the issues that plague the area of Diepsloot and its community are age-old. It's nothing new. Every year or so, every couple of months, we see the Diepsloot community taking to the streets, burning tires, blocking roads, and marching, calling for law and order, essentially. Around the capacity of the Diepsloot police station. At some point when we had ministers coming to the area, such as the police minister and the home affairs minister, there were promises made around capacitating the police station, getting more vans in, and speaking to some of the community leaders. They say that this has certainly happened, but what transpired about 6 days ago has once more put the issue around crime and the levels of crime in this area back in the spotlight. A pastor was shot along with his congregants while they were in the late evening. Unfortunately, the pastor lost his life, and congregants are still recovering in hospital. Speaking to some of the residents here, they don't feel safe, Marcel, at all. They're saying that if we can't even be safe inside churches where we're worshipping, then just how much safer are we in our homes? I did have an opportunity to speak to one of the ward councillors. Let's just take a listen to what they had to say.
You will remember that in 2020 February, this community embarked on shutdown. Becky Kele and Aaron Mutwaredi arrived here. They made promises. This year, April, the community again embarked on shutdown. Becky Kele, the premier, and Aaron Mutwaredi were here. They made promises. Some of the promises they've delivered on them, but the majority of the promise they didn't deliver. That's why the community is saying it's not going to be useful for us to have Begi Kele back in Diepsloot, whereas we call him two times. Now, the problem which is there, it seems like it's beyond him. So it needs the state president to address it. On the service delivery issues, one, the police are complaining. They are saying the road infrastructure it's making them it's making them not to police in this area well. Number two, during the night is dark. In particular, in informal settlements, the area is dark. The police cannot see where the suspects are running to which direction.
A very good point being made there, Slee. But really, like you've said, this is not the first time we've seen the community of Diepsloot up in arms. Like so many communities across the country are dealing with the very same issues. And every time there's a flare-up in community uproar, the police move in, the police minister makes a visit, the premier even visits. They'll see police resources are increased, the boots on the ground, wheels on the ground. And in a few weeks' time, those all disappear again. This must be very, very frustrating for those community members.
Certainly so. In fact, I'm joined by one of those community members. Unjani baba?
Yebo sister.
Awungitshele isimo sinjani la eDiepsloot, nizizwa niphephile?
Hayi sizizwa singaphephanga sister, la endaweni yethu kugcwele crime kakhulu and abantu abasafili safe. Amaphoyisa kubonakala ngathi awayenzi next ngoba abantu sebathatha action bashaya abantu. Basithathela umthetho ezandleni and akukho right, so sicela ukuthi amaphoyisa ancedise kule crime egcwele.
Nithi nifuna upresident ukuthi azi?
Yeah, ngiyajabula kakhulu. Yeah, azobona nezinye inkinga esinazo, without lezi azobona nezinye inkinga esinazo la eDiepsloot sizomtshela zona njengabahlali bala. Sharpness.
Sisingitshele uzizwa kanjani njengomndeni wala eDiepsloot?
Mina ke kuzuka tlene, a ke ikutlwe pila, ke tlo bua Setswana nna. A ke ikutlwe pila. Batho botlhe ba mo Diepsloot ba safe. Makhalanga ba re bola. And then I safe go nna mo Diepsloot because Makhalanga re bolane. And then after Makhalanga bribe mapodisa. Mapodisa mo Diepsloot a bribe you. A gona le polisa le sa breaking ka bribe. Batho ba ntsi mo disquata campe tso tlhelle. Squata camp station kisos bon. Squata camp sa metro hatikeng. Maliake.
Le batlo bonang.
Sa braipiwa. Ha o report go na le gore illegal go na le ntwe le gore biere ke se se mo molaong. Mapodisa go botsa gore o na le bokae. A kana se le ke tlo ke bereka kae. A ka sena se ka le bga sisi mapodisa ba Diepsloot ba braipiwa botlhe.
All right. Just one of the issues coming out here, Marcel, is that the community feels as though that the police officers themselves in the community are contributing to the levels of crime, saying that police officers here in Diepsloot can be bribed, are bribed, and that the criminals, in fact, are working with law enforcement. So those are just some of the concerns coming out from the community. Not only law enforcement and visibility seemingly an issue, also infrastructure around the fact that there's poor lighting in the area. In fact, right now I'm going to ask Joel to show you that it's getting dark, but the street lights are not working. So, you know, as it gets darker, it seems that issue of crime and criminals being able to take advantage of the lack of service delivery in the area is also an issue.
You want to think that that's a small thing, but actually it's a collection of the small things not going right that could actually make such a big difference in the day-to-day lives and safety of a community like Diepsloot. We're going to leave it there for now. Thank you so much. Our reporter Silindelo Masikane on the ground for us in Diepsloot this evening.